Hi, it's me, the one guy who honestly enjoyed the Stranger Things finale. While I agree with a lot of the criticisms, since season 2, I've pretty much considered it a show for kids, so I was never expecting the ending to be that dark. And it's honestly just difficult for me not to be entertained by these characters and actors that I've now been watching for 10 of my most developmental years. Anyway, Time, but with the periods between the letters like friends, is a series of videos posted to the YouTube channel Tyreek Travel, which as of recording has about the exact same number of subscribers that I do, so this video just barely counts as me not punching down. But I also don't want this video to be as much of a hit piece of the media that I'm talking about like a lot of my other videos are. Hopefully you'll see what I mean. I guess I'd describe this as a comedy web series, but it's kind of hard to describe because I haven't really seen anything like it before, so I think it'd be easier if I just showed you a clip.
He plans on turning in this whole island into a Spanish colony overnight. That means it's gonna be a whole lot of ugly motherfuckers that look like him running around here with some hoes from Europe that ain't washed their ass in months.
So yeah, this seems to be an attempt at an ongoing scripted comedy series, the visuals and audio of which are entirely generated with AI. As a result, it is pretty much unwatchable. The physics often don't make any sense, especially if you look at the background extras. Characters' voices will change from shot to shot.
Maybe he ain't all the way bad, Tyreek.
So what you think we should do?
And it just has that overall creepy, uncanny vibe that most AI-generated video currently does. However, when I can ignore all that, I don't think the scripts to these videos are entirely AI-generated. Sometimes when they're like giving exposition, they sound like they could be.
So bruh, remind me what we even supposed to be looking for.
It's some kind of chain or medallion that's supposed to hold some type of power or something. But first we gotta find somebody named Osiris.
But most of the dialogue and plots are just a little too funny and a little too creative for me to believe that a human wasn't giving any input.
Hold up, Chief. That boy got on all black forces.
But I could be wrong, so tell me if you agree. So from what I can gather, this series follows Tyreek, a guy from, I'm assuming present day, who for some unexplained reason is traveling to different points in human history. But it is teased at one point that he's being sent on these missions from some mysterious higher-ups.
So you think all that shit they taught us was cap, like the shit about the Egyptians and all the pyramids? I doubt that shit, bro. They would have never sent me here in the first place if that was the case.
Bruh, who the hell is you talking about when you say they?
Really excited for that lore to get fleshed out in future episodes. While exploring these historical periods, Tyreek uses his knowledge of the future to help the disenfranchised.
Look, I seen this before. They gonna try to finesse y'all out the land with a turkey leg and a box of Newport shorts. Just stay quiet and let me do the talking.
But also always makes sure to have some fun along the way. Sometimes he's accompanied by his ski mask wearing sidekick Thaddeus.
It's 100-something degrees outside and your ass walking around Egypt in a fucking Nike Tech. Take that hot ass shit off, bruh.
I know you ain't talking. You still got on the same fit Columbus almost beat your ass in.
But other times just befriends a period-specific temporary sidekick. I really hope that me using my sort of academic language to describe this objectively very goofy premise comes across as funny and not like I'm taking this way too seriously, which to be fair, I am. But in the episodes released so far, he tries to stop a Native American tribe from accepting Columbus, who's secretly bribing their chief with goods such as cigarettes and MAGA hats.
Are you enjoying the new world yet?
Every fucking minute of it.
Well, not MAGA, they actually read, "Make America a meat," then a word in the corrupted language of the Eldritch gods. Great again. In episode 2, him and Thaddeus travel to ancient Egypt, where they learned that the Egyptian gods were actually an advanced alien race that enslaved the Egyptians for a time.
Future? That's what they teaching y'all? Ain't no damn future or past. All it is the right now. And I control every second of it. And I like you, Tyreek. That's why I'm telling you this. But if you want to leave out of here in one piece...
At the end, he sends like the king alien to the present where he's immediately arrested by ICE.
Control, this is Unit 27. I have visual on what looks like an illegal alien, literally.
Man, surprised the agent didn't shoot him in the face on sight. Episode 3, Tyreek travels to the American South in the 1950s, where he attends an otherwise all-white school.
Damn, what, I ain't invited to the cookout or something? Better get used to it now before your grandbaby show up to the crib with a YN.
and flirts with this woman who you will already know because I'm gonna put it in the thumbnail, is Rosa Parks.
You way too raw to be sitting at somebody's bus stop. What's your name?
My name is Rosa.
Wait, Parts?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Let's just call it a lucky guess. You mind if I sit down with you?
I can't believe they yassified Rosa Parks.
Man, a female ain't never make me switch it up like this. But this ain't just no female, this Rosa we talking about.
Also, pretty sure Rosa Parks was married during the entire 1950s, but it is kind of a running theme in this series that Tyreek is irresistible to every woman he encounters. At the end of this one, Tyreek is rescued from a shape-shifting racist mob by Thaddeus, who enlisted the help of Malcolm X.
Damn, you were right about that switch. Good shot, young king.
Malcolm X, who they show actual footage of earlier in the episode.
And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men.
Which is insane. Then in as of now, the most recent episode, Tyreek travels to the 2000s where he of course hooks up with a woman. And while he's flirting with her, I think there's like a fourth wall break acknowledgement that he's AI.
You really out here shooting your shot, huh?
Hey, they don't call me AI for nothing.
Okay, Mr. AI, but what's the name your mother gave you?
I think that's what that was. But this woman humorously turns out to be his sidekick Thaddeus's mom.
Wait, you got a son?
Yeah, he's over there.
Hey, Alicia, what's the T short for again?
It's short for Thaddeus.
Wait, what?
Thaddeus? Is everything okay?
But this gets Tyreek in trouble with the woman's criminal ex and possibly Thaddeus's father, Man.
On count 1 of second-degree murder, we, the jury, find defendant Man Harris not guilty.
Really hope that cliffhanger's resolved soon. So to be clear, I by no means think these videos would be like the most funny creative things ever if only they hadn't been produced with AI. And let's be real, I don't think that as a white guy, I'm the target demographic for these anyway. But putting my personal media preferences aside, I still think there's enough cohesive humor and ideas here that the person or people behind this might not be completely void of creativity. Plus, part of me is weirdly impressed that they at least tried to be a little ambitious with the technology, creating longer episodes of an ongoing story as opposed to the shorter joke clips that I've mostly seen it used for.
Yo, mama's so liberal, she thinks capitalism is evil while scrolling Amazon Prime in her Tesla. Yeah.
And really, I just can't help but give the benefit of the doubt to someone who, like me, sets out to make people laugh with the content they post to the internet. So despite them committing the cardinal sin among us progressives of creating something with AI, I'm gonna try and speak about their work with a certain level of understanding. That being said, I don't want it to sound like I'm defending AI-generated content. Not only does it look and sound like shit, but I'm pretty sure each of these episodes probably killed like 10 families of rabbits each from the environmental impact. The AI was probably trained on other artists' work without their consent. Plus, GenAI is being used for some seriously heinous shit as of late. So even for videos as innocuous as these, I still think people should avoid using it. And I'm honestly surprised given the sort of slightly woke, anti-colonialist messaging of some of the Tyreek episodes.
Before Columbus, this was an uncivilized wilderness, nothing but tribes and open land, until he brought order and discovery.
I know that guy, and he's a bitch. He ain't discovered shit. All he did was come over here, stuck a flag in some soil that belonged to somebody else and called it his.
That the creator of them even would. But I think that seemingly low stakes uses of AI like this are similar to public health guidelines during COVID or financial boycotts, where it's difficult for people to really grasp how their small individual actions can meaningfully contribute to these larger problems. Also, I like to keep in mind that people might just not be frequenting the same online spaces or consuming the same content that I am, where it was explained to me that I shouldn't be doing these things. And I think that sometimes we come at people a little too aggressively for these slight moral missteps, in a way that might permanently turn them off from progressive talking points in general. So basically what I'm trying to do here is talk to the people that made this content, or that might want to make content like it, in a good faith, rational way that explains why they maybe shouldn't. Especially since my college major was screenwriting. So I more than anyone understand having story ideas and being frustrated that you lack the resources to bring them to life as anything other than a novel. Like, assuming they're not all just the creator using alt accounts to drive up engagement, because that's always a possibility these days. People do comment on these videos saying how much they enjoy them. One specific comment that read, "Now this is the fulfillment of what AI can actually do for us. Make our own damn shows about the world through our eyes without any gatekeeping. Congrats and keep them coming." Really gave me pause, because I in no way want to sound like I'm against independently producing art that speaks to your culture in a way that a mainstream Hollywood production isn't likely to. I think that is awesome. I just feel you kind of ruin it when you use AI to make it happen. And I know it's practically impossible to bring to life the big budget cinematic imagery in your head, and AI may seem like the only way you're able to get it even close to that. But I feel a lot of the cartoony humor in these videos specifically would be just as funny with like the low budget aesthetic of a nostalgia critic video, like just a few actors on a green screen with some simple costumes and props. And honestly, the fact that the creator of Tyreek Travel didn't take that route makes me wonder. Obviously, I assume the creator of this to be a black person, right? But maybe not, and that's why they did it with AI, because they couldn't portray Tyreek without pulling a soul man. But if you don't want to do it in live action, okay, how about a webcomic or animation? Use your burning desire to bring Tyreek to life as motivation to improve your drawing skills. Or just post it as prose to Wattpad. Think it might be a little lacking in the sexy werewolf department to make it big on that site, but you never know. Basically, if you take anything from this video, if you ever have an idea for a story or a sketch or a short film that you feel you lack the proper resources to bring to life, try to do what the creators of Tyreek Travel failed to and resist the urge of using AI to do it. Not only because it won't look that good and for all the reasons that AI is unethical, but you'll be denying yourself a great opportunity to learn new skills. And though the process of creating your art is going to be a lot longer and difficult than if you just used AI, I promise that the final product is going to look so much better and have so much more of your personality visible within it that the added hours will have been worth it. Shorter video this week, hope you don't mind, because I got a hot date with Simone de Beauvoir, so